God our Father, Christ our brother, all who live in love are thine. Teach us how to love each other, lift us to the joy divine.
Oh, how beautiful that is. And this is the week of Thanksgiving, my favorite holiday. So we're going to talk about Thanksgiving every day. Are you ready for this? Good. Okay. It starts with Scripture. 1 Thessalonians 5:18. In everything give thanks. Is anything unclear about that? Is there something I shouldn't give thanks for? No, in everything give thanks. The command here, the advice here is simple. Now, it's simple, but it's not easy. Because, why?
Bad things happen.
Things happen because we're human and we're divine. What I keep saying, we're 100% human and we're 100% divine. And that gets in the way of sometimes having a little challenge giving thanks to everything. Now, in our lives, I'm sure, because this community loves to give thanks, we can identify things that we're grateful for. We might even be beginning or ending our day by addressing things that we're grateful for. But what if this is a spiritual truth that will reveal exactly what we need in each moment? What if Thanksgiving was every day? Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, wrote about this and says, Thanksgiving is a mighty spiritual magnet. Whatever we give thanks for increases. I've talked about it many times, but why don't I say it again? What we are grateful for, when we say thank you, it increases. Why is that? Because we put our energy to it. We've called to the universe, God, of all there is, this is what I appreciate. And so it grows. It increases. So our gratitude is a magnet for the universe. Our thanksgiving and appreciation is a magnet. Now that is always with us because we're 100% divine. And in that divinity, we always are receiving that love, that joy, that serenity, that peace, that grace. And then it's our human job to appreciate the things we truly appreciate, but appreciate the things that our small mind says, that's not right. That's no good. Well, can you appreciate those things we are judging and criticizing? Sure you can. Because we have a conscious mind and we can choose our thoughts. And what do you want to expand? Do you want to expand more lack and doubt? Go for it. You can expand much fear as you want to. Just focus on your fear. Like magic, all the things that you might be afraid of, expand. So what we think creates what we experience. Okay, so let's unpack the law of increase. What we bless grows. If you talk to your plant, they grow. If you bless your children, they grow. If you bless yourself, you grow. What we bless is nurtured because blessing has within it care and nurture and support. What we thank multiplies. So when you say thank you, we're saying, I want some more. I'd love some more. Thank you. Our thanks increases that which we're experiencing. It's the law. And it's a law of an increase. And it helps us experience Thanksgiving every day. The last one of these is what we praise becomes stronger in awareness. In our humanness, the key is becoming aware. Aware of what we're afraid of, aware of what we appreciate, aware of our health, aware of our relationships, aware of what we're doing and where we are. And as we praise those things in our life, when we appreciate the opportunity to choose again, or to forgive, or to release, I become stronger. I become healthier. I have more energy. Is there anyone here who does not want more health, more energy, more vitality? Good. Then I'm in the right place. We are in this together. And as we praise, we become stronger, healthier, and more alive. Again, this is a reflection of how we can experience Thanksgiving every day. And our co-founder, Myrtle Fillmore, says gratitude and praise lift us into a higher consciousness where blessings multiply. I love that. So our gratitude and our praise, our appreciation is the very vehicle that our consciousness grows. Where we move in our evolution of consciousness. And that's powerful. Because all of us have grown in consciousness. When we start out, we start in victim consciousness. Everything's to me. You did it to me. It's not my fault, it's your fault. And we live in that until we grow in consciousness. Through me, as me, to me. Is all in our process of growing. And gratitude and praise expands the very essence of God in our lives. One might say that when you say thank you, you're actually saying thank you to the very presence of God in you. Because there's one power, one presence in our lives and in the universe, God the good. That is the ultimate truth. And so when we say thank you, when we praise, when we honor, when we respect, we are blessing our lives beyond measure. So if you're having a moment of deep gratitude, you're having a deep God experience. Anyone have a deep gratitude experience?
Thank you for letting me share, but I had a deep gratitude experience last Thursday. Left work a little bit late and was, traveling. It was dark, and the deer hit the right side of the van I was driving, broke the windshield, but everybody was safe, and so I was grateful for that.
Wonderful. Much to be grateful for. Someone else?
I just have gratitude for when things work.
Yes. Praise for things working.
I was sitting on my back patio looking at the leaves blowing in the wind this morning and just being grateful it's cooler.
I'm grateful I have all the clothes I need to keep warm. But I love the seasons. Anyone else?
I think the first time I ever experienced deep gratitude was when my first little sister was born. And I think that's it.
That's wonderful. Does she always give you that moment of gratitude? That's the edge. So it's finding when someone we love or someone we don't even know doing something we don't like, to step back and go, what in me is reacting to that? Usually it's some unhealed part of ourselves, some area that we're not quite willing to accept about ourselves, that we see it in someone else and then we repulsed by it. What a great lesson. So we can be grateful that they did it so that I can learn something more about myself, so I can forgive and heal myself and forgive them as well. A moment of gratitude. Now, it's different than the wellspring of gratitude. It's just pure joy. Doesn't need to be qualified. Those are good things. We love gratitude, don't we? It gives us everything that we need in the moment, whether it's the birth of someone or appreciating the beauty of nature and the trees, the leaves falling, or all the many blessings that flow in our lives. Anyone else?
I have a lot to be grateful for, but what I'm choosing to share, as you know, my husband has a twisted back right now. And so what we talk about is for him to find the seed of good in that. And so in one conversation, he said, the seed of good in this is that the wisdom that I know that I do not ever want to feel this disabled, and that I want to envision, pure health and wholeness. And so in that he is working through his injury to see health and wholeness. And so he's finding the seed of good in that pain.
Wonderful. Well, let's take a moment now, and with deep gratitude, let's breathe. And let's bring, whether you know Salty or not, just bring up the image of Salty Thomason and know that right now the presence of light and love is infused in his body, bringing him intuition, whatever he is growing to learn from this experience. And we see him strong, vital, and healthy in every way. We see him coming out of this experience stronger because of this experience, in deep gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for all this blessing that surrounds this wonderful example of how we can bring gratitude to a prayer for healing and wholeness for Salty. And we place that on the indwelling Christ with deep gratitude. Amen. Thank you, each of you, because it's great when it works. It's great when we have this opportunity. And when we have an opportunity to pray, pray. When we have an opportunity to open our eyes and see the beauty around us, whether it's in nature or other people or the clouds or music that we're hearing or food that we're eating. It's all a feast of joy. This week I've been teasing, I can't believe I'm talking about this. This week I've been teasing Owen that I sense a harbinger of joy happening. There's joy coming. And I call that a harbinger of joy. And I love how it includes the divine and the human. Because don't we appreciate those times where we come to something new and we're like, I don't know. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know how to do this. I don't know. Now we can be in the wonder or we could be in fear. And wonder leads us to opportunity. We might walk up to it and go, I'm not doing this. I'll find someone else to do this. My car years ago, the window stopped working. It was a power window, not one of those windows. And so I Googled it, and there was some kid in Omaha that showed exactly how to take the door apart and all the pieces and minutia to fix it, to make it all work again. And I saw I could do that. But I would be afraid that I get it put back together and then, what are these 3 pieces for? So I had it done. We don't have to do it all. With our Helping Hands ministry, if we need help, we can ask for it. That's why we have community that shows up and responds to, I could use some help over here. And it's fine if we can do it ourselves. It's also great to give someone else the opportunity to share their love and joy. And Dr. Maya Angelou, she found unity before she died. She loved unity. And here she says, thank you for this day. And thank you for the hour and for the minute. I think she's paying attention to that 1 Thessalonians. Thanking everything all the time. Thank you for this pain. Thank you for this hour. Thank you for this moment. Thank you for this day. If we can thank everything, we're on a path of spiritually awakening and growing our consciousness. Are you ready for that? Are you willing to do that? Thank you. So, here's our personal exploration. It will take that yes to do these things. Now, I've suggested this before. Begin and end each day with gratitude. You can write this down, or just think 3 things you're grateful for. You wake up, I'm grateful that I slept well. I'm grateful for the day. I'm grateful that I woke up. And 3 things you're grateful just as you hit your head on your pillow. It's a practice that keeps us focused on giving thanks. The second one is offer silent thanks throughout the day. There's power in the praise and the gratitude and the blessing, and we don't need to say it out loud. We can appreciate their smile. They can appreciate their service. We're going to appreciate that they didn't run into our car. We're going to appreciate that they hit and broke the window, but it didn't hurt anyone inside and didn't lose control of the car. We can silently give thanks throughout the day when we've learned something new. When it works. Practice noticing small gifts of grace. It's the collection of the small moments of grace. Oh, that painting speaks to me. That music touched my heart. I live in a community that every person I meet is warm and friendly. That's my experience. Notice all those gifts of grace. Awareness is half the journey. And the last one is probably the most important. We need to turn our frustration into moments of gratitude. And it helps to step back from it, unpack it, have wonder in our mind and our heart. I wonder why I react so strongly to that. When have I ever felt that before? Boy, that's familiar. Is there anything unhealed in that I can right now embrace, accept, and forgive? And boy, great gratitude. I've had the experience over and over again that someone I initially reacted to, oh, that person really pushes my buttons, turned out to be a teacher where I was able to identify what I was reacting to, and then I had a really good friend. Who knew? All of this allows us to have Thanksgiving every day. And if we're growing our spiritual nature, if we're stepping into this very quickly moving time to the end of this year, I do not know what happened to October and November. I don't know if you're experiencing that, but it's going by really fast. Let's open to praise, appreciation, gratitude, thanksgiving, and allow ourselves to be renewed and refreshed. Are you ready to do that? Thank you.